1975, The Mystery of Altair Basic. The Microsoft Foundation and the Mystery of Altair Basic. 1975 marked a major milestone in the history of computing with the creation of Microsoft by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. At the heart of their meteoric rise was the marketing of the basic computer language interpreter, known as Altair Basic. This chapter looks at the mysterious connotations of the name Altair, evoking cinematic memories, and explores the possibility that this programming language has an unusual origin. The genesis of Microsoft and Altair Basic. In 1975, Bill Gates and Paul Allen founded Microsoft, a small company that was to become a global technology giant. Their initial breakthrough came with the sale of Altair Basic, a basic language interpreter developed for the Altair 8800, one of the first popular microcomputers. Altair, an enigmatic name. The choice of Altair as the name for this computer language interpreter is not insignificant. Altair is a bright star in the Eagle constellation, but its significance goes beyond astronomy. The name Altair evokes a certain mystique, not least reminiscent of the classic sci-fi film Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet, a source of cinematic inspiration? Forbidden Planet, released in 1956, is famous for its science fiction plot and innovative use of electronics for the soundtrack. The association of the name Altair with this film suggests a cinematic inspiration in the choice of name, creating an atmosphere of mystery around the meaning of Altair. Altair Basic, a language of mysterious origin? The use of a name evoking cinematic references may also suggest that Microsoft wanted to present Altair Basic as something futuristic and avant-garde. This programming language could thus be perceived as having a mysterious origin, as if it came from another world. Altair Basic legacy and repercussions. The successful sale of Altair Basic laid the foundations for Microsoft's rapid growth. This programming language facilitated the development of personal microcomputers by making programming more accessible, marking the beginning of the democratization of computing. Conclusion: Altair Basic and the mystery of his name. In conclusion, the founding of Microsoft in 1975 and the marketing of the Altair Basic represent a decisive moment in the history of computing. The choice of the name Altair, with its mysterious, cinematic connotations, add an intriguing dimension to this era. This chapter highlights how naming choices can influence the perception of an emerging technology, helping to forge the mystery that sometimes surrounds such significant advances. 1976, Steve Jobs founds Apple. Futuristic design and possible extraterrestrial inspirations. The year 1976 remains engraved in the history of technology with the creation of Apple by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. Far beyond its mere existence, Apple stands out for its revolutionary design, combining simplicity and futuristic aesthetics. This chapter explores the enduring fascination that Apple's avant-garde design may have been inspired by extraterrestrial technologies. The genesis of Apple, a hub of innovation. The founding of Apple marked the beginning of an era of technological innovation and product design that transcended conventional norms. Steve Jobs and his team introduced a design philosophy focused on simplicity, elegance, and accessibility. Futuristic design, Apple's signature. The aesthetics of Apple products have become emblematic for their simplicity and elegance. From Macintosh computers to iPods, iPhones, and iPads, each product has been designed with meticulous attention to detail, evoking a sense of accessible futurism. The enigma of extraterrestrial inspirations. Some observers, intrigued by the singularity of Apple's design, have speculated on the possibility that Steve Jobs and his team found their inspiration beyond Earth's borders. The idea that the sleek, futuristic design might be partly influenced by extraterrestrial technologies has fueled discussions and theories. Science fiction parallels. The parallels between Apple's design and futuristic representations in science fiction were highlighted. Films and works of fiction depicting advanced technologies often featured elegant, simple devices, creating links with Apple's aesthetic. Apple legacy: Earth or space? Whether it's a creative coincidence or a genuine extraterrestrial influence, Apple's legacy of design and innovation remains undeniable. The company has succeeded in creating an aesthetic that transcends cultural and temporal boundaries, raising the question of whether this inspiration could have origins beyond our planet. The link between Microsoft and Apple, an eternal rivalry. Alongside the founding of Apple, the same year also saw the creation of Microsoft by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. This coincidence marked the beginning of an eternal rivalry between two of the most influential technological giants. The rivalry between Jobs and Gates would become legendary, defining the computer industry for decades to come. Each company would vie for market dominance, introducing innovative products, becoming world leaders, and leaving an indelible mark on the history of technology. Conclusion: Apple, Microsoft, and the eternal quest for innovation. In conclusion, the founding of Apple in 1976 is not just a chapter in the history of technology, but the beginning of a saga that will shape the computer industry. The mystery surrounding Apple's inspiration adds an intriguing dimension, while the rivalry between Microsoft and Apple evokes an eternal quest for innovation. This chapter highlights how these events have left an indelible mark on the technological landscape, with influences that transcend terrestrial boundaries and rivalries that have sculpted the future of modern technology. 1976 Janet Airline expansion. Janet Airline expands with the acquisition of a second Douglas DC-6. The year 1976 proved to be a pivotal one for Janet Airline, the mysterious airline intrinsically linked to Area 51. During this intriguing period, Janet Airline makes a significant decision by acquiring a second Douglas DC-6, an aircraft with the capacity to carry between 52 and 68 passengers. This chapter delves into this crucial expansion of Janet Airlines' fleet, illuminating the importance of these discrete flights in the context of Area 51. Janet Airline shadow flights. Since its inception, Janet Airline has been shrouded in mystery due to its alleged association with Area 51, a highly classified military facility located in the Nevada desert. Janet Airlines aircraft provide discrete connections between Las Vegas McCarran International Airport and Area 51, transporting government employees and personnel connected with the base's secret activities. The strategic acquisition of the second Douglas DC-6. 1976 marks a turning point with the addition of a second Douglas DC-6 to Janet Airlines' fleet. This acquisition reflected the need to increase transport capacity to Area 51, underlining the strategic importance of these discrete flights. The Douglas DC-6, renowned for its reliability, thus becomes a pillar of Janet Airlines' infrastructure. 136 passengers withdrawn in 1981, signs of a special mission. In 1981, Janet Airline took the notable step of removing 136 seats from two Douglas DC-6s. This drastic reduction in passenger capacity suggests that the nature of operations to Area 51 is becoming even more confidential. Speculation about Janet Airlines' precise mission intensified, prompting growing interest and persistent questioning. Persistent speculation and rumors. Janet Airlines' association with Area 51 has fueled persistent speculation as to the exact nature of the operations. Theories range from military intelligence missions to secret projects and even encounters with extraterrestrial entities. The modifications made to the aircraft fuel these speculations, creating a veil of mystery that persists in the collective imagination. Conclusion: Janet Airlines expanding mysteries. In conclusion, 1976 remains a crucial milestone for Janet Airline, with the acquisition of a second Douglas DC-6. This fleet expansion underscored the company's strategic importance in Area 51 related activities. Subsequent adjustments, such as the reduction in seating capacity in 1981, intensify the mystery surrounding Janet Airlines' secret missions. The airline remains a subject of fascination, reminding us that, even in the world of aviation, mysteries persist and flourish. 1977. Have Blue and Senior Trend programs. Have Blue program, Senior Trend, and the advent of the F-117 at Area 51. The year 1977 saw the emergence of the Have Blue program, a revolutionary secret project that would mark aviation history and consolidate Area 51's reputation as a center of military innovation. This chapter looks at the stages of the Have Blue program, the Senior Trend phase, and the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk to Area 51. Have Blue program, the beginnings of stealth. The Have Blue program, initiated in 1977, symbolizes a major breakthrough in fighter aircraft design. This confidential project focused on the development of stealth aircraft capable of deceiving enemy radars. The first Have Blue prototypes are tested in the greatest secrecy. Senior Trend, perfecting stealth technology. The Senior Trend phase, a natural evolution of the Have Blue program, aims to perfect advances in stealth. Teams of engineers and researchers at Area 51 are working closely together to improve aircraft stealth characteristics. This phase marks a transition towards the creation of a new generation of tactical aircraft. F-117 Nighthawk, the iconic stealth aircraft. In 1981, the fruits of the Have Blue program and the Senior Trend phase materialized with the unveiling of the F-117 Nighthawk. Nicknamed the stealth fighter for its ability to evade radar, the F-117 became an icon of military aviation. Its unique diamond-shaped design and ability to operate in heavily defended environments made it a major strategic asset. Area 51 Aerospace Innovation Laboratory. Area 51 became the nerve center of the F-117's operational development. The base's vast desert expanse and isolation provided an ideal environment for testing the aircraft's stealth capabilities. The engineers, pilots, and personnel at Area 51 play an essential role in the development and refinement of the F-117. The F-117 legacy, military aviation transformation. The successful introduction of the F-117 marks a turning point in the history of military aviation. Its successful operations on crucial missions, including the 1991 Gulf War, confirmed the validity of stealth aircraft in modern warfare. The legacy of the F-117 lives on, influencing the design of contemporary fighter aircraft. Conclusion: Area 51 and the Aerospace Revolution. In conclusion, the Have Blue program, the Senior Trend phase, and the advent of the F-117 at Area 51 make up a fascinating saga in aviation history. Area 51, with its crucial role in the development of the F-117, confirms its status as a laboratory of aerospace innovation. The legacy of the F-117 continues to influence the design of modern military aircraft, cementing Area 51's reputation as a hotbed of aerospace revolution. 1977, Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Project Serpo. A mysterious departure and an enigmatic contact. The year 1977 proved to be an intriguing period, marked both by the release of Steven Spielberg's film Encounter of the Third Kind and the controversial stories surrounding Project Serpo, an alleged interplanetary exchange between mankind and extraterrestrials. This chapter delves into the mysterious aspects of Project Serpo's departure in 1977 and examines the possibility of enigmatic contact with extraterrestrial entities. Encounter of the Third Kind, a visionary cinematographic work. The release of Encounters of the Third Kind in 1977 marked a key moment in the history of science fiction cinema. The film explored the theme of peaceful communication with extraterrestrials, presenting a positive vision of interstellar contact. Some researchers have speculated that Spielberg may have been aware of or inspired by Project Serpo. Project Serpo, the beginnings of interplanetary exchange. Project Serpo, a story emerging in conspiracy circles, claims that in 1977, 12 humans were sent to the planet Serpo, located in the Zeta Reticuli star system. The departure of this mysterious group is shrouded in obscure details and extreme secrecy, adding to the aura of mystery surrounding this alleged interstellar mission. Departure from Project Serpo, between secrecy and speculation. The details of Project Serpo's departure remain unclear. Some reports suggest a secret launch from a military base, while others speak of a discreet departure from an undisclosed destination. This period is the scene of intense speculation, and ufology enthusiasts wonder whether these mysterious events could be linked to the themes explored in Encounters of the Third Kind. Prize to contact, reality, or inspired fiction. The similarity between Spielberg's vision and Close Encounters of the Third Kind and elements of Project Serpo fuels theories that the director may have had access to confidential information. Some believe that the film may have been a subtle attempt to reveal hidden truths about extraterrestrial contact. Others maintain that the events of Project Serpo may have inspired the cinematic narrative. Conclusion: between cinema and extraterrestrial reality in 1977. In conclusion, 1977 remains a crossroads between science fiction cinema and Project Serpo conspiracy stories. Whether the film influenced the stories or the stories inspired the cinematic creation, the enduring mystery surrounding Project Serpo's departure and the possibility of extraterrestrial contact continue to capture the imagination. This convergence of the real and the fictional raises fascinating questions about the nature of interstellar contact and how popular culture can intertwine with conspiracy narratives within such a peculiar period of history. 1978, Capricorn 1. An alternative vision of lunar landing. The year 1978 saw the release of Capricorn 1, a daring cinematic work directed by Peter Hyams, which plunged audiences into an alternate reality where lunar missions could be elaborately staged. This chapter explores in detail how this film offered an alternative perspective on historic lunar landings. Capricorn 1. The prism of a cinematic conspiracy. Capricorn 1 stands out for its captivating plot. The script features a simulated Mars landing orchestrated by the U.S. government. The astronauts, forced to take part in this deception, give rise to a complex conspiracy that calls into question the veracity of the Apollo missions to the moon. The film serves as a platform for exploring the growing suspicions of the time. Historical background, doubts, and conspiracy theories. The historical context in which Capricorn 1 emerges is crucial. In the wake of the Apollo missions, critical voices were raised, fueling doubts about the authenticity of the moon landings. Conspiracy theories intensify, suggesting that the recordings and images may have been fabricated to strengthen the U.S. position in the Cold War space race. Capricorn 1, an allegory of questioning. The film doesn't just entertain, it also serves as a powerful allegory. By dramatizing a government conspiracy, Capricorn 1 explores the themes of manipulating the truth and distrusting institutions. The story resonates with the questions and anxieties of the time, while offering an alternative interpretation of historical events. Reception and impact between fiction and reality. The reception of Capricorn 1 has been varied. Some saw the film as a captivating work of fiction, while others found it a confirmation of their own conspiratorial convictions. The film succeeded in amplifying the doubts already present in society about major institutions and the official version of historical events. Cultural repercussions, the film and the shadow zones of lunar history. The release of Capricorn 1 has had a lasting impact on popular culture's approach to the darker side of lunar history. Although a work of fiction, the film helped shape the collective imagination around the Apollo missions, nurturing the idea that the truth might be more complex than it seems. Conclusion: Capricorn 1 and the perpetuation of lunar mysteries. In conclusion, Capricorn 1 has provided a provocative alternative vision of the lunar missions, injecting a new perspective into the public debate on space exploration. The film captivated audiences by exploring the gray areas of lunar history, leaving a lasting imprint on the way society perceives mankind's great feats in space.